Hey guys, here's Torsten with In Full Effect. How are you doing? Today I want to give you the review of the G403 Prodigy from Logitech. And you know, after reviewing the G403, I realized the more mice you own and play with for a while, the more delicate your preference becomes. After some years, you will most likely have a favorite mouse which even beats the most high-end newcomers. For me, this mouse has been the Logitech G400S, especially because its low button latency is excellent for the semi-automatic weapons in Battlefront. With the G403 Prodigy, I immediately knew that the shape was perfect for me when I took it in the hand for the first time. Even more so than the G400S. But this is not really a criteria that can be discussed objectively. The shape of a mouse is the most important factor when choosing a mouse, but it is such an individual choice that everyone has to try out some different shapes to find the perfect fit for him or herself. FPS players often prefer smaller mice like the Razer Abysses. The G403 is slightly bigger, 6 cm where the fingers touch the mouse and about 10 cm in length. The mouse weighs only 90 grams, which I think is awesome. I love lightweighted mice. This is one of the downsides for me of the G400S, for example. It weighs 137 grams. In the box of the G403 there's also a 10 gram weight, with which you can make the mouse heavier if you prefer that. For the sensor, Logitech didn't compromise and implemented the Pixart PMW3366 optical sensor. It is really a joy to use the G403. Even at lightning fast movements, the sensor doesn't break a sweat. The lift-off distance is a little shorter than the G400S, for example, but that wasn't really an issue for me. But if you are a player who lifts his mouse off the pad a lot, keep that in mind. Then we come to the buttons, and this is something super important for me. I like light clicky buttons that do not require too much force to push. That is also a weakness of the G400S, for example. A new copy of the mouse comes with rather stiff buttons. The G403 is perfect in this aspect. Easy to click and super responsive. Even in Battlefront I was able to rapid fire the semi-automatic weapons at least as fast as with the G400S, which was my personal champion in this discipline. For the build quality, Logitech really raised the bar with the latest series of gaming mice. The G403 even feels slightly more high-end than the Razer Elite, which was already extremely well built. Coming to my verdict, the more mice I review, the more I feel like reviewing an expensive wine or audiophile loudspeakers. The differences are negligible in some ways, but still can completely change how I feel about a particular mouse. The G403 feels to me like the perfect mix between everything I liked about the old G400S and the brand new Razer Elite. For me, the Razer Elite didn't work out in Battlefront because it didn't let me rapid fire the EE3 perfectly. And also the side buttons required a tiny bit too much force to be pressed. During the last 12 months I bought at least 10 different mice in the search for no compromises, and I have finally found it. Others came close like the Razer Elite, but the Logitech G403 Prodigy is pretty much perfect. Alright guys, this was my review, and if you liked my video then give me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel, and I hope I see you in the next video.